However, he says thousands of fast and furious weapons are still out there and will be claiming victims on both sides of the border for years to come. Cheryl Atkinson, CBS News, Washington.
So what we have found out thus far, the ATF is running guns into Mexico. So by them running drugs into Mexico and these Mexicans killing one another, what that does is that creates an idea, the form of propaganda that all Mexicans are violent. Therefore, by switching up the ATF form by giving it a 10A section that has to be filled out, it's needful for, it's now all of a sudden this 10A section is automatically become needful. It's become needful that this 10A section of the 4473 form to be filled out, because after all, Mexicans are killing one another. But the reason why they're killing one another, because the Mexican drug cartels are acquiring guns and they are killing a lot of people. But the reason why they're doing that is because the United States government, through the ATF, is giving them these firearms. But since they're giving these firearms to these Mexican people, the stigma of Mexicans being a part of drug cartels and being violent, that stigma is now upon all Mexicans. So therefore, the ATF has automatically become justified, so to speak, by adding a 10-day section to the Form 4473 that has to be filled out, so that they can know exactly who's purchasing firearms. Because if you're purchasing a firearm and you're Hispanic or Latino, then there's a chance that you might be a part of a Mexican drug cartel. So now it's automatically justified. And mind you, the Form 4473 knows your date of birth, your name and your address, your background history, and the make, model, and serial number of the firearm that you purchase. Now, let's go to this right here. I'm gonna go right to the point and press the Control key and F. Right to the point. It says the first targets in any FEMA emergency will be Hispanics and blacks. The FEMA orders call for them to be rounded up and detained. Tax protesters, demonstrators against government, us, the Hebrew Israelites, military intervention outside U.S. borders, in which we're just demonstrating against the government because we're prophesying against the society that's going down. And people who maintain weapons in their homes are also targets. See? People who maintain weapons in their homes are also targets. That's why they added the Hispanic or Latino part there. Operation Trojan Horse is a program designed to learn the identity of potential opponents to martial law. The program lures potential protesters into public forums conducted by a hero of the people who advocate survival training. Hey, we gotta shoot this gun, you gotta learn how to do all this. People like that are normally set up by the government. The list of names gathered at such meetings and rallies are computerized and then targeted in case of emergency, which makes 100% complete sense. They'll set up a person to tell people, oh, you need to learn how to shoot a gun like this, you need to learn how to hoard this type of food, hoard this type of water, and so on and so forth. They'll use people like that to round up other people and target those people that's rounded up in case of an emergency, which I always thought that, like, a lot of people who probably subscribe to, the Alex Jones channel, there's a chance that he's set up by the government. He's set up anyway. He bring us good information, but he's set up anyway. They'll have him have his own page on YouTube and have anybody who subscribes to that page automatically be tracked in case of an emergency, which makes 100% complete sense. Now, going on, what are they going to do to these gun owners in a time of, for example, Jay Helm? Let's see what they got to say.
They love their country. So that's how I got this. There are people out there that genuinely love their country. So that's how I got this. The red list are primarily firearms owners. They are constitutionalists.
The red list are primarily firearms owners. See that?
They are people who have been politically active in resisting the New World Order.
That's the prophets, us, and other people that's protesting against the government.
And those are the people that are their targets. And let me make this clear. They're not coming to take the guns away. They're coming to terminate, exterminate, blow away the gun owners. Again, special operations teams are not sent in to take prisoners unless it's a high-value target for a later date. They basically are trained to go in and just obliterate, okay? Now, again, when I get told this by a four-star general, active duty, and by the way, you guys have more probably active duty spec ops and spooks in Austin than it.
That's basically what I wanted to get to right there. So you see that? Primarily people protesting against the New World Order and gun owners. And they want, why the hell would they want to know why Latinos or Hispanics are buying guns? We already broke that down. Let's go to this next scripture. Psalms 140 verse 8. Grant, O Lord, the desire. Grant, O Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, the desires. Grant not, O Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves. Salah. And this whole ATF, Jade Helm, Red List thing, that's the 4473. That's them trying to further their wicked device. Psalms 35 and 20. For they seek not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. That was the deceitful matter that they desired against them that was quiet in the land. And this webpage right here that I went to is called theforbiddenknowledge.com. I forgot to mention that. Okay? That was them devising deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land when they was sending all them guns down there to Mexico. That's how these damn devils operate. Psalms 41 and 7. All that hate me whisper together against me. Against me do they devise my hurt. They whisper together, meaning they speak in secret. Let's go to this last clip, and then I'm going to go to the last two scriptures, and that's going to be it. This is a scene from the movie Red Dawn. It says, Red Dawn, gun registration to be used against you by foreign UN occupiers. I think it's in Spanish. Just read the subtitles.
Y quiero algunos antiaéreos aquí. Estamos en esa faena. Esto un manicomio. Ви хотите меня видеть? Да. Идите в спортивния и рабочая виките и принесите мне государственный оформление 4470.
See what it said? He said, do you want to see me?
Да.
He says, yes, go to the sporting goods store. You see down here, it's the same subtitles. You can clearly see it says yes here, yes. They even got these 3 dots here, the period. You can tell this is the word go. You know, you can tell. Same thing. This computer acting a little funny. Don't worry about it. Go to the sporting goods store, it says. Right? From the files, obtain Form 4473. These will contain descriptions of weapons and list of private ownership. See? Go to the sporting goods store and get the Form 4473. They're gonna obtain descriptions of guns and their private ownership, meaning these different people who own these guns. So that's why they're doing it. So we know why they're running the guns into Mexico. We know how, now that they're running the guns into Mexico, how the Mexicans are being viewed in this society, which would then cause them to switch up the registration form on Form 4473. Then we find out the people on the red list a lot of them are primarily gun owners. And then even in the movie Red Dawn in 1980, which is all about military takeover, they even made mention of going to using Form 4473 to look up to target those who are private owners of firearms. This is the book of Job 30 and 14. It says they came upon me as a wide breaking in of waters. That's them stormtroopers. That's when that martial law comes in. But you know Jade Helm is tomorrow. They come upon me as a wide breaking in of waters. In the desolation they roll themselves upon me. Terrors are turned upon me. They pursue my soul as the wind, and my welfare passeth away as a cloud. And that's what they gonna do when that time comes. In which we already made mention that the first suspects, or rather the first targets in any female operation, are blacks and Latinos. So you already know who they're gonna be going after before anybody. We know the tribe of Gad is up in there too, which I read. I had another document years ago that found that when I read into that, it said blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And it's the last scripture I'm gonna get. Proverbs 16 and 30. It says, he shutteth his eyes to devise froward things. Moving his lips, he bringeth evil to pass. Like how a person closes their eyes and you see their mouth moving. They're closing their eyes because they're thinking deeply. They're devising froward things. And you see the person move their mouth as they think. That's what the white man is doing basically. He's closing his eyes. He's closing his eyes and he's moving his lips to bring evil to pass. So you know with that I'm going to close. I'm going to say all praise to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. Double honors to the Apostle GMS and shalom to the brothers up there pushing the truth and sincerity. Hope you brothers learned something. Shalom.